Sanibona emakhaya, igama lami nguScelo Ngubane. I'm an inspirational speaker. Today we're going to be talking about the principles of leadership. So as we have defined what a leader must do, today we're going to be looking at what are the principles of a good leadership. Number one, a leader must have values. Your values are what makes you to be important. For example, when you have a rand and you compare it with any other currency, you can check its value versus those other currencies. So as a leader, you must know what is it that is important to you. Those things become your values. For example, you'll say time is very important for you as a leader, which means whenever you go for meetings, you'll always be punctual. Whenever you've promised that you're going to do a deadline, you're always on time. That becomes what? Your value, which means whenever you're doing your work, your flagship, when people look at the style of leadership, they'll say you are very time conscious. So your value as a leader becomes what? Time consciousness. So now I always speak about time and say time is money. There's a bank called the Bank of Time. They make an example. They say, imagine time being money. To say whatever you are doing, whatever you're spending your time doing, that's where your money is. If you spend a lot of your time with your team speaking about brainstorming ideas, if you spend a lot of time encouraging new ideas, your team will be the most creative team because you spend a lot of time with creative. But if you spend a lot of time with your team, with criticizing each other, finding each other's fault, the team will always be demotivated, always be defensive because you spend a lot of time looking at each other's faults, which means whatever thing you put your time in, that's where your value is as a leader. So your values are determined by what is it that you spend a lot of time doing. Be careful of the flowers you water. If you criticize more, your team becomes more defensive. If you always apprehending and being grateful, your team will always surprise you with great success stories because they know what you're looking for. Your value is in the time that you spend as a leader. Number three, competition. You need to know who's your competition. Healthy competition is very good. You need to know who's your competitor. You need to know who's around. That means make research. Don't just come with ideas, but make research about who's the latest. What is that is happening around? Who's the latest trend? And what is it that makes them to trend? So that when you know your competition, it makes you to be more prepared to win the battle. As a leader, you must always be informed. Ask around what's happening. Ask around. So a leader must always ask questions. So another value is that you make research and know who's your competitor. If you know your competition, you'll always be willing to work an extra mile. You'll always be willing to wake up in the morning and know what is it that is happening around you. So a leader is always ahead. The word lead means being in front. Be the first one to experience the pain. Be the first one to experience the end roles of your vision. A leader must be willing to be the first one that experience the trials in the team. Like I spoke about the time that you're spending, that whatever you're focusing on as a leader, if the vision it's in you, if the vision possesses you, if the vision is seen in you, it will be easy for people to follow you. You must be willing to walk the journey alone. So much that people who are following you are following the vision, not you. Because if the vision possesses you, you become subdued to the vision that you've created. It's important that the vision does not get contaminated by your ideas and your personality. That you are able to belittle yourself for the sake of the vision being accommodated. The vision must be bigger than you. The vision must be able to change you and transform you into being somebody that the vision requires. The last point, your vision must be time framed. You must know by when are you going to achieve your vision. The vision is not a wish list. The vision is not a dream. The vision is a plan. Where are you going? You cannot be able to start the destination without you planning where you're going. Destiny is more important. They ask a question. If 10 birds are in a fence and 5 decide to fly, how many do you have left? I know you may be thinking you have 5. No, the answer is 10. Deciding to fly and flying are two different things. So deciding on a vision and acting on a vision are two different things. If you are planning on achieving your dream, achieving the vision, you must be willing to act upon it. Give it time. Time it. Give it realistic time and be willing to evaluate that time. If it's a 5-year plan, every year you must know how far you're going. But before you can have 5 years, you must respect a year. You must respect a month, respect a day, respect an hour, respect a minute, and respect a second. That's how you can achieve the vision, the principles for you as a leader to achieve the vision. May God bless you. I hope you have enjoyed today's talk about the principles of a visionary leader. Thank you so much.